Let me give y'all. In fact, actually, let me give y'all a real story. I'm gonna be open and vulnerable and share this story with you in hopes that you'll understand why I felt compelled to share this conversation today. Before we do that, could y'all please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button? Thumbs up, share, subscribe. My name's Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to remind everybody that if you want to come and kick it with us, the All Black National Convention is going to be October 25th to the 27th in Chicago. It's actually in Lombard, which is a suburb of Chicago, and that is right outside of the city, but it's very close to Chicago, and it's a beautiful hotel. And we're going to get together with as many black experts as we can find who are not scared to be black, and we're solving our own problems. We're building our own institutions, we're developing our own infrastructure, and also we're connecting and loving each other, supporting each other. Basically, the best word to describe the convention is love and support and peace and intelligence. So if your goal is to learn more about real estate or relationships or crypto or politics or stock market investing or how to raise a better family, how to raise black boys, whatever it is you're trying to do, we're gathering experts for that. So feel free to go to allblacknationalconvention.com if you'd like to join us. We got just a couple more weeks before the convention. So let me tell you all a story about this Diddy stuff and why I felt compelled to share this message. And I don't really talk a lot about my personal interactions with celebrities that often, just because it's not that important. Or if I talk about it, I'll talk about it in general. I don't give specifics all the time. But let me tell you about something that specifically happened to me specifically, um, where discernment I felt was very important in that situation. So I mentioned to you all before that Kanye West called me 2 years ago during the All Black National Convention. I was very busy with the convention. At the time, Kanye was literally the most talked about human being on the entire planet because he'd made the whole Jewish community mad. Wells Fargo's about to put take all of his money out of the bank. Not Wells Fargo, I'm sorry, J.P. Morgan Chase, which they did. Um, and I was right. He called me a couple times and we talked for many hours about what he was dealing with, what he was trying to figure out. I shared what I knew. I tried to support whatever. Right. He was actually going to come to the convention that year, which would have been a logistical nightmare. I don't. That's why I'm not even sure if I really like when big name celebrities come to the convention because there's so much to worry about in terms of security and media and all that. I don't really want all that. I don't. I don't. That's not important to me. But anyway, so when we were talking, there was a point where he asked me to come to his house. He said, he sent me his address. He was staying at some fancy hotel in Beverly Hills. It was in a I don't know if it was the Beverly Wilshire or something. And he sent me his address, and I was going to go out there, and he wanted to sit with me to talk about his situation or make plans or something. I have no idea. And so I was going to go, but I remember noticing peculiar parts of his behavior. I remember, my wife is a mental health expert. She was kind of listening as we were talking, and she was deeply concerned about the state of his mental health. And while we would have loved to have given him the help that he needed, he's very resistant to getting help. I think that he's got a lot of his trust level isn't very high. So even though I was like, I think maybe talking to a therapist might help, that only causes like another tirade. So, long story short, it got to the point where I remember thinking to myself, I really don't know if I want to go into a private space that I'm not familiar with in that way. I don't know what he's got going on. I don't know if there's stuff going on with drugs, hookers, illegal activity, weapons.